Good afternoon, Crusader Nation. Thanks for tuning in again, and sorry that we're getting this week off late, but this is week number 3. As we see, we have KVHS hosting the St. Max High School. Quarter 1, the Crusaders led off by receiving the ball. Um, game film showed that they're going to try doing an onside. The Crusaders were ready for it, and of course they tried it and epically failed, giving us amazing field position. Crusaders proved the first drive through the air and passing with 4 plays, with finishing off a nice long TD run and converting the extra point. On kickoff, the team continued on special teams to show dominance and starting the defense off in amazing field position, stopping the St. Max 3 and out. On special teams, then returning the punt to the 32-yard line of the St. Max, but only to follow a fumble by the Crusaders, leading to what made to be St. Mac's longest drive of the game, following with 3 flags, leaving them on the goal line for a stretched in TD. Unable to convert the extra point, leaving the game at 7-6 Crusaders. Crusaders on the following drive hit their very first pass in the air all the way into St. Mac's territory, but after a penalty, found the drive come to an end. The special teams came out, punted the ball away, putting St. Mac's deep in the end. Defense then came out, pinning St. Mac's, not allowing a single yard on the next drive, forcing St. Mac's to punt. This punt return also had a flag on it, bringing the Crusaders up to the 30 and being able to punch it in 2 plays later through the air, then hitting their extra point, ending the first quarter 14-6. Second quarter, St. Max started in their own end, once again up from the 23, but failed to move the chains, forcing a punt, with the Crusaders running it back to the 19. After a quick couple plays and a flag leaving them on the goal line, number 11 found another rushing TD. And of course, number 58 coming through again with another extra point. On the kickoff, St. Max got their best field position of the game at the 32, moving the chains once, but after coming up with a couple penalties and failure to convert on third down, forcing to turn over the ball. Crusaders took over the ball, but once again did the exact same thing, failing to move the chains and trying to convert on third down, failure to do that, passing it to St. Max again. With that, St. Max, after taking a penalty, sorry guys, still got my cold. Number 1 came up with a fumble recovery, giving the Crusaders excellent field position on St. Max 35. After St. Max sacking the Crusaders back 1 play, Crawford forcing them to punt the ball, pinning St. Max back to their 8. St. Max refused to move the chains with gaining the ball back on their own end, losing the field position game and forcing to punt the ball out at their own 39. This led to a long drive with a couple more penalties, and ending the half with the Crusaders not being able to move the ball, ending the half 21-6. Second half action, St. Max started first penalty or kickoff, there was a penalty forcing the Crusaders to move it back, just enabling the kicker to boot it even further deeper into their end, pinning them back at the 9. St. Max did not have an answer for the Crusaders' defense as they failed to move the chains all 3 downs, leading to a Crusaders turnover. The Crusaders got the ball at the 19, and after a couple of plays, brought out this field goal kicker, hitting another field goal for 30 yards, making the score 24-6. After the field goal was made, St. Max started with the 25, hitting a nice pass down to the 50, only to find themselves backed up by the defense once again, and then they were able to move the chains a couple more times before number 27 in the backfield was able to find the quarterback looking for a receiver and picking him off, returning it for 15 yards back to the Crusaders' 35. From there, the Crusaders' offense sputtered and were able to move the chains on the ground or through the air. So they brought out number 25, the punt kicker, which in total punted 72 yards, pinning St. Max back into their end again on the 28-yard line. Once again, the defense played a solid set of downs and forced them back 5 more yards, where St. Max was forced to punt. Or St. Max lost it on downs. Sorry about that, guys. With Crawford on the 23-yard line, he seen a receiver deep, but St. Max, for once, had a guy spying him and came up with the pick and returned an impressive 45-yard return to end the quarter, going into the third quarter 24-6. St. Max there sputtered out, taking a penalty and then unable to move the chains, turning over the ball at the 51-yard line. Crusaders moved the chains, or were unable to move the chains once again after the penalty, forcing them to try a third down and failure to do it at the 54, turning the ball back over to St. Max. Sorry. Yes, they failed on St. Max. The defense then came solid again, intercepting the quarterback with number 30, I believe, in the middle of the pack. With that, the offense knew they had to do something with the defense holding solid. Crawford came out with 7 complete pass plays to drive them all the way down to the goal line. We found Crawford running it in for another rushing touchdown, making it 30-6. Then Oki coming out and hitting another extra point on the day, giving him a total of 6 points on the evening, to make it 31-6. After that, the defense stayed solid, forcing St. Max to turn over the ball at the 48, allowing the Crusaders to kneel out the game and ending the game with a 31-6 victory. Sorry again for being late with the videos. Enjoy the rest of the highlights as we enjoy these young men on their journey to win another championship. This weekend, St. Stephen's. Hope to see you all there. Could be a live viewing for anyone that can't make it. We'll have to see and how the weather is. All right, Crusaders. I know you guys studied, practiced hard. Now let's prove what we did on the field and show St. Stephen's we're for real again this year. Once again, Crusaders, all this can't be possible without our sponsors. our Crusaders family, and remember, coaching, medical staff, and these young men really make everything come together. Show your support, get out there, wave those blue flags, and hope to see you again. Once again, September 29th, we're up in St. Stephen's. It looks like kickoff is at 3 p.m. It's going to be a tough battle up there, boys. It's been raining the last couple of days. Field's going to be sloppy. Um, Make sure, stretch, be prepared. We don't want any injuries coming out of there, or as little as none. And let's show these guys we know football, how to run a program, and show them we are what we are, champions. Go get them, boys. Get hungry.